everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you 5 super easy Easter gift ideas that you can share with your friends, your family, your co-workers. These are ultra budget friendly, super easy to make. If that's something you're interested in, I hope you stick around. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to start with a candlestick holder I got at Dollar Tree, and then you get 12 of these little bowls in a pack from Dollar Tree as well. I'm going to glue 2 of them together to make them stronger. And you could use anything that you want to, but just put a bowl on top of a candlestick and then you'll have a nice little basket. And then I'm just going to attach them with some E6000 glue and some hot glue, and the 2 bowls together were pretty strong. And then I'm going to paint just the outside only with a Krylon matte white paint. Okay, next I'm just going to take a piece of styrofoam and glue it to the bottom part of the bowl. And then I'm going to take some green and white ribbon and I'm just going to tie a bow right around the center part. And you can dress these up so many different ways. And I just got these little flowers at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut the wires off the back of it, and I'm just going to glue it right to the face of this cup. All of these today are really quick and easy to do, so you can make these for your friends, your family, your co-workers. Just something simple to gift for Easter. And I'm just going to take some candy that I got at Dollar Tree. I'm just going to add a bamboo skewer to it, and that's what I'm going to stick up into that styrofoam. And just go ahead and just glue it down the back. Okay, then I got this green grass at Michael's in the floral department, and I'm going to cut it up because it was a little bit thick. If you have crinkle paper, then use that. It's a little bit easier, but I just had this, so I figured I would use it. But I am going to cut it into littler pieces, and then I'm just going to glue it into my cup. And just kind of go around the edge of your cup a little bit just to kind of hold it in. It's not going to be perfect. Then a little bit on the styrofoam. And then just kind of push it down there so you don't see the styrofoam. And then I'm just going to take my candy and I'm just going to put this one in the center for the height. And then I'm going to put smaller ones all the way around it. And this is a real inexpensive gift idea. And then just go ahead and take a cellophane bag and go ahead and put it all the way down the bottom, and then we're just going to tie the top off. But you can make a lot of these pretty quick. And then I'm just going to tie a ribbon right around the top. Okay, that was just kind of simple, but it's so pretty. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next, I'm just going to take a couple of little flower pots and I'm just going to paint the bottom half of them orange. Now, I'm using the Waverly pumpkin color, and I'm just going to go all the way around just the bottom part of this. And it took about 2 coats to get this filled in good. Okay, for the top part, I'm using Folk Art Sage Blossom, and I'm just going to paint the inside part and the very top part of the edge. And you want to go ahead and paint inside too, so that when you put your greenery in there, you don't see the color of the flower pot. And it took about 2 coats on this as well. Okay, after that dried, I'm just going to take the tip of the paintbrush, dip it in some white paint, and I'm just going to add dots all the way around. Now you want to dip it each time so you get a consistent dot. Dress these up a little bit. I'm just going to take a ribbon and wrap it right around the center. I got these at Hobby Lobby, the little polka dot ribbons. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue my ribbon on because I don't want it sliding off of the pot. I'm just going to glue all the way around on the sides, and then I'm just going to tie my bow off in the very front. This just kind of dressed it up a little bit. And go ahead and cut off your ends, and then go ahead and glue your ribbon in the front. Next, I'm going to take a little piece of styrofoam and I'm going to just put it right down into the bottom of my pot. And then I'm going to attach barbecue skewers to these little candies. And you just want to make it where you can see they're just lifted off of the bottom part of the flower pot, but you don't see the skewers. And I did mine with the orange side up. I would highly recommend if you're doing these, do the green side up. It looks so much better. And I'll show you because I did some like that as well. And I'll show you side by side how they look. But the green up looks so much better than the orange up. I'm using some of that same greenery I used in the other one, and I'm just cutting it up as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue it down into the flower pot. And then I'm just going to go ahead and stick my candy skewers right down inside of here. Just kind of space them out a little bit, like they're growing in a garden. Okay, and then this is how the difference look between the two. See, the one with the green tops looks so much better. Then I'm just going to put them down in another one of those little plastic bags, and I'm going to tie it off at the top. It just kind of finishes it out by putting it in a bag and kind of keeps it all together as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach a ribbon right around the top part edge there. And then I'm going to take a little wooden carrot that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to glue it right to the front. These are super easy to make, and they are so cost effective. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, next I got these little napkin rings at Amazon, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace on some scrapbook paper the outline of the rabbit. And I'm going to put one on the front and the back, so you're going to cut out two. And then once you get them cut out, then we're going to start gluing them on. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue them on with Mod Podge. Go ahead and put your bunny over the front part of this, and then we're going to cut a hole out of one of these. Just make sure you get enough Mod Podge on there to make sure it does lay flat. And then go ahead and put your bunny over the top of that one and smooth it out. And then grab an X-Acto knife, and we're going to cut a slit across these, and then we're going to go ahead and cut our circle completely out because one of these sides will be open. Okay, next I'm going to take a fillable ornament. It's a 70 millimeter half ornament, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue this right to the front with the loop for hanging it at the top, because we're going to go ahead and add some jute at the top of that to hang this with. Make sure you get plenty of glue on there though, so it does seal it in, because we are going to put the candy inside of there. I'm just going to fill this up with some M&Ms. And you just kind of want to make sure that you go all the way until it's flush at the top, because we're going to put the other piece of paper over the top of that one and glue that down. So you want to make sure that it is flat on the top. Okay, next we're just going to go ahead and Mod Podge on the opposite side and glue that other piece of paper onto the back. And then to get into this, all they have to do is just poke a hole right through the paper. Next, I'm just going to trim the ornament out with some white jute. I'm just going to go all the way around it, right at the base. And then I'm going to make a little hanger to hang through the little loop. These are pretty quick and easy to make. These would be even cute on a place setting at a table, and I'll give you the link for the supplies in the description below. This next one, I'm using these candy dishes that I got at Dollar Tree. You get 4 to a pack, and I'm just going to add these little wooden legs to the bottom of them. I'm going to put 3 on each one, and I'm going to put these on with some E6000 glue. And then after they dry, I am going to spray paint them with some Rust-Oleum matte flat white paint. I only spray painted the outside of these. Then I'm going to take a piece of styrofoam, put it down in the center, and this is how I'm going to attach my candy and my carrots. I'm going to go ahead and take some of that same greenery that I used before. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it right on, just like I did with the other ones, just to kind of fill it in. And if y'all hear thunder right now, we're having a thunderstorm while I'm doing my voiceover, so sorry about that. Okay, to add some height, I'm just going to take some little barbecue skewers. I'm going to run it through the end of these little carrots that I got at Hobby Lobby, and then I'm going to cut these off and I'm going to stand these up in the center of my basket. Just going to kind of push it right down there into the styrofoam on both sides. Okay, then I'm going to add some little chocolate marshmallows. I'm going to add barbecue skewers to the back of these as well, and I'm going to stand these up in the middle of the basket also. Just kind of give it some height. It really helps these baskets if they have a little bit of height to them. And then I'm going to add some smaller candies just to kind of fill in at the base part. I bag these as well. I got these large gusset bottom bags on Amazon. I'll give you the link for those, and I'm going to put the bowl right down into the center of it. Okay, then I'm just going to go ahead and put a rubber band around the top just like I did the other ones. And then I'm going to tie a ribbon around the top part of it. And then I'm also going to add a little flower at the top part too. All of these today are really quick and easy, and you could make these pretty fast. Look how cute that is. These are pretty simple. They're not extravagant, just something to put a smile on somebody's face to let them know that you were thinking about them. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know which one's your favorite today. For this next one, I'm just going to take some double-sided scrapbook paper and I'm going to cut them into 6 by 6 inch squares. Okay, next I'm going to take a scoring board and I'm going to score them on one side at 2 and 4. And then I'm going to turn it the opposite side or one side over and do the same thing. Now I'm going to show you real quick. You don't have to have a scoring board to do this. You can do this just with a ruler and a bone folder. So just marking it at 2 and 4. I'm going to mark it on the opposite end at 2 and 4. And then I'm just going to use my ruler to guide my groove there. So just going to come right down there, just take your bone folder or anything that has a tip on it, just drag it through there. Same thing on that side, and then turn it over to the opposite side and do exactly the same thing. So at 2 and 4, you can make your marks. And the same thing on the bottom. You don't have to have a scoring board to score. And then go ahead and fold on all your fold lines and then make sure that they are flat. Just take your bone folder and go across there. And then we're going to cut a slit on both ends on the outside edge. So that one we're going to do, and then we're going to turn it over to the opposite side and do the same thing. Just on the two sides. And then you're going to turn them and you're going to come in at an angle just so that the top of that paper, those two grooves meet up there. So those two little V's meet, they V right in the middle to where they meet up with that ledge. And then we're going to go ahead and glue those together. And I'm just going to use some tape strips. This is just double-sided tape. I'm going to put one right there where those two meet, and then I'm going to put 2 pieces on each side of the flap. And then go ahead and peel your paper off of there, and then we're going to go ahead and glue it. And you can just eyeball this. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. And then smooth it out and do the same thing with the opposite side. And then I didn't put one in the, I just used them on the 2 bottom pieces right there. I didn't use the extra window on the cross part because you really didn't need it. Just kind of line them up there where they go together, where you have the curve right at the top, or the V right at the top, and then smooth that out. And then go ahead and take your little flaps and flap them over, kind of like you're doing a collar on a shirt. And then we are going to put some double-sided tape underneath each one of those flaps just to hold it in place. And you could make these any size you want to. I mean, if you want a really big basket, you know, start with a 12 by 12 and score at 4 and 8. Or, you know, you can do any size you want to, just as long as it is a square. Okay, for the handle, I'm just going to cut a 1 inch wide by 8.5 inches in length piece of cardstock to match. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put the scoring tape on both ends. And then go ahead and peel your paper off. And then we are going to hook this to the inside of the basket on both sides. And we're going to go across the middle. And then to decorate it up a little bit, I'm just going to add a little flower to it. I'm just going to fill it up with that same little green grass I've been using. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add candy to it. Almost like a bird's nest. And then I'm coming back in and I'm adding a butterfly to each one of these. This is a little plastic butterfly that I had. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these into a little cellophane bag as well. I think the cellophane bags just really finish it off. And just go ahead and put a rubber band around that, and then we're going to put a ribbon on it. Just use something that's kind of color coordinated with the packaging. Those were super simple. They turned out so cute. Let me know what you think in the comments. These really do make great gifts for your friends, your family, your coworkers. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it.